Hey guys, good evening. I hope you're all doing well. And it's exam season, it's exam fever, it is at my place. And so it's all about work plus studies, and then there are exams every day happening. It's all a mixed atmosphere. But in the meanwhile, I have been, I received so many emails yesterday post the full moon meditation that we did, about telling me about how beautiful the process was, etc. And I've been urging people, and actually once again, if you haven't been doing it, I think full moon meditation is something that all of us should practice on every full moon. It's best to harness the energy of the moon, where the energies are at their best. So do that, guys. Also, we did abundance, the manifestation of abundance process in the last masterclass, which was the 6th masterclass. So go back and watch the masterclass if you haven't. We've spoken about the blocks of abundance and how to have more abundance in your life. So do that. The next masterclass is coming soon. I'm going to announce the date. In the meanwhile, go and catch up on the previous series because they're all connected. We've spoken about the 5 pillars of high performance, 6 pillars of high performance, in the previous 5 masterclasses. We've also spoken on abundance. So in the meanwhile, today, while we have been, my son is grade 5, by the way, and semester 1 exams are going on. Unfortunately, he's down with high fever. So the previous 4 to 5 papers, he was completely down with fever. So he was just going on his own and writing, whatever he could. And so a very interesting conversation is what he shared with me today. He said while he wrote his paper, they discuss amongst themselves, the classmates, how is the paper going and how is it working with each of you. So it seems that one of his classmates told him, my son Vivan, that it's so important to write your paper well, it's so important to be well. And when he asked why, he said that if you do not write well, you will not score good marks, and if you do not, you will fail. And that's what it's gotten into his head. So Vivan comes home and he asks me, Mama, that if I do not write my paper well, I'll fail. So what happens if I fail? I mean, they were literally scaring me that I'll fail. What happens if I fail? Now that was a profound question. So I took my time to revert. I knew this is an important question that my son is asking, and my answer is going to build up a foundation in his head. So I told him that it's perfectly fine to fail. What's the problem in failing? He said the way people told me, I think failing is bad. If I fail, that's bad. And this happens very interestingly on the day that they get newspapers. I mean, see, this is a newspaper that I have in my hand. This is the Times of India student edition. It seems I've subscribed it for my son. They get it every day at school. This paper carries a very interesting article where it says why it's okay to fail. That's what it says here. Sorry. So while this paper told him why it's okay to fail, so what I did was I picked up the paper and I read to him. And I mean, this article carries about 10 points, why it is okay to fail. And while I have done my research on high performance, we all know, guys, how is failure connected to what happens and what we are in our lives, overall. All the big people, all the people who are successful, the most successful people on the planet have been through failures. That's a given. I mean, you are going to fail. I have failed miserably earlier in my career. So failure is a part of life anyways. To teach this lesson at this age in school that failure is bad, I think that's a profound mistake that we as parents and somewhere down the line, even the school system is making, right? When you give exams, you score marks, and then you're categorized as not doing something good or supposedly bad into their circle of their own classmates if you fail. So that was an important thing. So the social studies exam, which is happening tomorrow, the social studies aside, I had an hour-long conversation with Vivan on failure. We read this article together. I explained him all about failure, why failure is important, in fact, to succeed. We also researched on all the high-performing people on how they have failed, how miserably they have failed, and how they have gotten up there with their failure. So this was a message that I really wanted to get across to him, that it's completely fine to fail. It all depends upon how you're getting up from your failure. So I think, guys, at this important thing, I know it's something that we eventually going to learn in our lives, the way I did, the way all of us do. But for children, if they get this base in school that it's bad to fail, I mean, that's something not right, I feel. So instead of encouraging that failure is bad and breeding the competitive environment in school, I think we can do better by making them comfortable that it's perfectly fine to fail. Anyways, I think all of us should keep having this discussion with our children as well, and more coming on the High Performance Masterclass. Right, I'm really pumped up about this whole series. So for those of you who haven't registered, go to malkanhpclass.com, register yourself for the next masterclass that's coming soon, and I'll see you guys soon at the live masterclass. Bye bye.